Hello friends, I am NK Jain from Skill on Tech. Today I will explain and discuss about maintenance and overhauling of double stage double acting reciprocating air gas compressors. Why maintenance required for compressors? A picture of a compressor is given along with important parts for your reference. The air gas compressors used in industries provide continuous service in industries and their operation leads to wear and tear in rotating components. After recommended hours of running as per OEM, vis-a-vis working in environmental conditions and our engineering experience, the compressor is to be taken under maintenance to ensure uninterrupted operations to avoid production losses of industries. The discussed compressors are non-lubricated type, balanced approach, horizontal axis, double stage, double acting reciprocating compressors. Double stage, double acting compressors, there are two cylinders. One is LP cylinder and another one is HP cylinder. Here you can see the difference in sizes of the cylinder. The bigger size one is a LP cylinder and a smaller size volume cylinder is a HP cylinder. When compressor is to be taken under maintenance, criteria and decision. The first point is operating hours of the machine. So how many operating hours have been completed by your compressor is a very important criteria. Environmental working conditions plus our engineering experience with machine. We know in some of the industries there is a dusty environment and in some of the industries there is a clean environment. So this environmental working condition is a very important factor which is to be considered while maintaining a maintenance schedule. Beside this, we have to also include our engineering experience for preparing maintenance schedules. Results obtained during predictive maintenance. So while carrying out predictive maintenance, we have to measure the temperatures, we have to measure the speed of the machine, we have to measure the vibrations of the machine. So all those factors are to be considered while carrying out preventive maintenance as per preventive and overhauling maintenance schedule. In case of breakdown of compressor, if any breakdown occurs suddenly, then we have to carry out maintenance of the compressor. If compressor not giving desired performance, if our compressor is not giving flow and pressures as per design features, then we have to carry out maintenance or overhauling of the compressor. What are the important checks under maintenance? Let us know. Clean or replace air filter. Change oil filter element, primary and secondary. Tight or replace gland packing. Inspect oil scraper rings. Replacement of crankcase oil as per OEM recommendation. Belt tensions, we have to check the belt tensions of our compressor or we have to replace the belts if it is a worn out. If one belt is worn out, then we have to change the complete set of the belt, otherwise tension of the belts will be different and our belts will be worn out fast. Flywheel and motor pulley groove. Due to a long operation of the flywheel and motor pulleys, that grooves are deepened. So that also cause worn out of the belts and belt slip also occur. That will reduce our flow of the machine. So that is to be checked. Cooling water supply, inlet outlet cooling water supply is to be checked. Moisture traps working and strainer cleaning. Solenoid valve pressure switch working or inspection. Calibration of HP LP side SRV safety relief valve. inspection of check valve in discharge, because sometime our check valve may be faulty and backflow may occur to the valves. Discharge oblique suction valves. Replace worn out valve plates, spring plates, and testing of valves. Piston rings or sealing rings. If they are worn out, they shall be replaced. Piston and piston rod blocking nut. Blocking nut shall be checked time to time for perfect tightening of the piston with the piston rod. Cylinder condition. We have to check the LPHP cylinder conditions, whether there is a scoring or pitting marks. We have to check the dimensions of the cylinder, whether dimensions of the cylinders are correct or it has worn out. If cylinder is worn out, then it will not give you desired flow because there will not be a perfect compression. Intercooler aftercooler tube bundle cleaning. Over a working of a long time, intercooler aftercooler bundles can be clogged. So time to time cleaning of intercooler aftercooler bundle is required. TDC BDC clearance check. While carrying out maintenance, we have to check the TDC BDC clearances, and that should be perfectly kept to achieve desired compression. Replace journal main bearing, big and small end bearings as per overhauling maintenance schedules or OEM recommendation. We have to check diametrical clearances of main bearings, small end bearings, and side clearances in crank. Intercooler aftercooler tube bundle inspection and cleaning. Oil pump inspection. In a oil pump there is a regulating screw, so sometime that spring may be not working properly, that may cause to reduction in oil pressure. So we have to replace the spring. Inbuilt NRV is to be checked. All measuring instruments which are mounted on the compressors are to be calibrated, such as pressure and temperature gauges during overhauling of the machine. Important components of air compressor. Some important components are shown for your reference. Let us see. This is a LP piston cylinder assembly. This is a HP piston cylinder HP piston assembly. This is LP cylinder. This is a intercooler tube bundle, which you can see this is already have under operation and it's in clogged condition, which required cleaning. This is a suction valve, the discharge valve. These are the main bearings, and this is a crankshaft for reference. Important components of air compressors. Internal components of air compressors is shown here for your reference. So let us see. This is a crankshaft which is shown. This is a connecting rod as we already discussed, and this is a piston rod. In the piston rod, one side there is a stuffing box, gland packings, and this side is oil scraper rings, which are mounted here inside of this for preventing oil slippage from crankcase to this chamber outside into the atmosphere. This is your cylinder, and this is a compressor inlet. This is compressor discharge here. So once LP compressor discharge will go to the HP cylinder inlet. Let us know dismantling procedure of air compressor during overhauling. Dismantling of air compressor shall be done with using proper tools. So technicians must have a proper tools, and then only they should start dismantling of the machine. Otherwise accident may occur. If we will use non-prescribed tools, that may cause lead to accident. So first of all, what we will do, we will drain lube oil and collect in some other bucket. Remove belts. Remove all measuring instruments, pressure gauges, temperature gauges. Remove LPHP safety relief valve. Dismantle intercooler and aftercooler. Remove suction and discharge valves, and then dismantle end covers of HPLP cylinder. The dismantling procedure is given in a chronological order, so we have to start like as mentioned in the slide. Dismantle oil scraper rings and remove gland packings with suitable tools. Dismantle LPHP piston assembly with opening blocking nut and further opening piston nut. Open LPHP cylinder jacket covers. Remove flywheel. Proper care shall be taken in handling. Dismantle lube oil pump. Dismantle connecting rod, main bearing, big end, small end bearings. Crankshaft can be kept in position or taken out for inspection with due proper handling. We can retain crankshaft inside of the crankcase chamber, or if required for thorough inspection, it can be taken out from the crankcase to floor for inspection. But during removal of crankshaft, proper handling technique shall be adopted to avoid any damage to crankshaft. Inspection and maintenance actions. While carrying out overhauling of the machine, what are the inspections are to be done and how maintenance actions are to be performed. Inspect piston HPLP piston ring groove. Piston rod for scratches. If groove are increased in size, replace piston. Piston rod shall be scratch free, otherwise leakage occur through gland packings. Electroplating hard coating can be done or replace piston rod. Either you can electroplating hard coating can be carried out on the piston rod, or if it is not possible, then we have to replace the piston rod if there is scratches on the piston rod. Pure Teflon 8 mm gland packing first and last with molded graphite packing shall be used to avoid scoring over piston rods. So when we use this gland packings for stuffing box, so first and last packing shall be 8 mm pure Teflon gland packing, and internal packings can be used of graphite, so that will increase the life of piston rod. Inspect measure cylinder bore. If cylinder bore is increased, corrosion fittings found, fix liner or replace cylinder. The bore in 2H2ST model cylinder for LP is 250 mm dia and 140 mm in HP cylinder. So these dimensions are to be checked during inspection. Tube bundle of intercooler and aftercooler shall be inspected and cleaned by dipping them in sulfamic descaling solution. Acid water in 1:25 ratio for 24 hours. After the removal of the bundles from solution, bundles shall be flushed with water adequately to remove all the contents of acidic water. Inspect crankshaft for corrosion pitting scratches, if any. The journal bearing, which are 3, one in lube oil pump side and 2 numbers at flywheel side, shall be inspected. Generally, these bearings are replaced after 5 years of running of compressor or as per OEM recommended operating hours. So we have to check the journal bearings. Is there rubbing marks have come or clearances are increased? If clearances of journal bearings will increase, then your lube oil pressure will be reduced. So there must be a clearances as per OEM recommendation in the journal bearing and crankshaft. Connecting rod, big end bearing, crosshead shall be inspected. If any deficiency found, take corrective action. Oil pump pressure adjusting spring shall be checked for tension. That is called regulating screw. Generally, it shall be replaced positively during overhauling of the machine. So, spring shall be replaced while we are doing overhauling of the machine. Clean cylinder water jackets by brush, and all dust and muck shall be removed and flushed. Compressor discharge check valve shall be inspected and serviced during overhauling. We already discussed about dismantling and what are the inspections and maintenance is to be carried out. So after completion of all jobs, we have to assemble the compressor. So let us know assembling of compressor. Assemble LP-HP piston by replacing suitable diameter sealing rings and bearing rings with new one. Bearing shall be assembled by heating rings in oil heater obtaining temperature 300 degree centigrade, holding piston in a vise. Use asbestos gloves during holding hot bearing rings for assembly. New sealing rings shall be fixed on piston. The increased clearances of sealing ring shall not give compression. So therefore, that shall be checked properly. HP side sealing rings wear fast due to high pressure. Therefore, they shall be replaced by 6 months or 3000 hours of running of these compressors. Main bearing shall be replaced with new bearings. The diametrical clearances shall be checked, putting lead wire between shaft and sleeve and tight it. Lead wire thickness shall be measured prior to putting and after compression. Difference will tell clearance of bearing and journal. These are kept 0.08 mm to 0.13 mm. Thumb rule for maintaining clearances is 1 micron per 10 mm dia of bearing. Apply lube oil over crank while fixing bearings. Assembly of oil pump. Replace pressure spring and flywheel. Replace oil seal towards flywheel side cover. Assemble connecting rod with due replacement of big end bearing and small end bearing. Small end bearing shall also be replaced. Clearances shall be kept as per OEM catalog or as I suggested 1 micron per 10 mm dia. Box up and cylinder cover with new 2 mm thick graphite gaskets as shown in the picture. Fix piston assembly and maintain TDC BDC clearances. So TDC BDC clearances shall be kept 2.5 mm at TDC and 1.5 mm at BDC. Generally TDC BDC clearances, top dead center or bottom dead center clearances are kept 60:40 ratio of total clearance available. Suppose your total clearance is 4 mm, then you keep TDC 2.5 mm and BDC 1.5 mm. These are taken with the help of lead wire. Measure the thickness of lead rod prior to putting inside and measure after compression. So what we have to do? First we have to measure the thickness of the lead wire and then we have to insert into the cylinder for checking clearances of TDC BDC. So after heating of the piston, we have to remove the wire and again we have to check the thickness of the lead wire, and the difference is your actual clearance which is available in the TDC or BDC side. Flywheel shall be rotated with a special rotating tool. During a clearance measurement of TDC BDC, we have to rotate the flywheel. So that shall be rotated with a special rotating tool. Otherwise, it can lead to an accident if we'll pull the belts by fingers. So your finger can be trapped between pulley and belt. Manual rotation may lead to an accident while setting TDC-BDC clearances. Provide gland packing of 8 mm pure Teflon first and last, and in between them molded graphite packings are to be placed. Compressor shall be assembled with new oil scraper rings. So oil scraper rings may be of PVC or it may be metallic. As you know, they are tangential or radial cuts. Oil scraper rings are generally provided in the compressors. Assemble tube bundle and install intercooler and aftercooler. After installation of tube bundles, we have to install calibrated LPHP safety relief valve. Box up all the water jackets. Install tested suction discharge valve. All O-rings of unloader assembly, valve cover and copper washer shall be replaced with new ones. So while fixing copper washers, that shall be checked, and if they are having any damages, that shall not be used, and we have to use new copper washer, copper rings or copper gaskets. Install moisture trap which is due serviced. Install all calibrated measuring gauges, instruments and tubings. Thereafter we have to install V-belts. Check tension of V-belts. Tension shall be as per recommendation, and if belts replaced, shall be replaced with full set of belts of one lot. And thereafter do alignment, fix belt guard. After assembly of the compressors with due maintenance, we have to do testing also. Charge lube oil filter, replacement of lube oil element, install air filter with due cleaning or with a new air filter element. Check free rotation of air compressor. Your compressor is rotating freely, that should be manually checked. Restore electrical supply. Open discharge valve, cooling water inlet outlet valves. Open drain valve of moisture separator for 2-3 minutes and closed after moisture draining. Start the compressor and check performance. Observe sound of the machine and discharge air pressure and lube oil pressures. Lube oil pressure of the compressor shall be within 1.5 kg per centimeter square to 2.5 kg per centimeter square. Otherwise reset with regulating screw. Ensure loading unloading of the compressor. We have to ensure that machine is getting unloaded in due time, and there is a loading unloading operation is performed by the compressor. Ensure all pressure and temperatures are within permissible operating limits. So we have to check the pressures of the first stage discharge and second stage discharge, and similarly temperatures of the first stage and second stage discharge temperatures are to be checked to ensure that your intercooler aftercoolers are functioning. After satisfactory operations, air compressor can be taken in line for service for operation. General maintenance schedule. So we have to discuss what is the general maintenance schedule. A compressor requires a proper planned routine maintenance for safe and efficient operation and to avoid breakdown maintenance. Routine for maintenance depends on manufacturer's advice given in the manual. The following are the maintenance checks that should be carried out after the mentioned running hours. At 250 hours of running, clean air filter. At 500 hours, check unloader operation. If belt is provided, check its tightness. Change lube oil and clean sump. Clean lube oil filter. At 1000 hours, crankcase inspection, main and big end bearing inspection. Relief valve overhauling. Check and renew suction and discharge valve with overhauled ones. at 4000 hours of operating. Replace piston rings, bearing rings, renewal. Enter cooler, after cooler but tube bundle cleaning and motor overhauling. At 10,000 hours of operation, replace main journal bearings, big end bearing, small end bearing. Oil pump regulating screw spring, replace piston blocking nuts. Running hours may differ from maker to maker. So above description is a rough idea for a general maintenance of air compressor. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, hit like button below and share it with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe our channel for getting updates on upcoming videos. Please leave any comments, feedback to improve the videos. Thank you.